Yeah, that's the video there. Okay, heading down the road that we used to live on where the farm was. Byers Road it's called now. This might be a little bumpy, a little shaky. But anyway, there's lots of new houses on this road. One there. A couple on this side over here. That one was just sold. Another one in here.
Whole slew of them here.
2 or 3 here. This is all used to be our property. We had 100 acres on each side of the road. 2 or 3 houses in there. This field here, this is where we used to plant potatoes. The old man had potatoes planted in here, a whole bunch of them. And this field here that you see now, it's all full of trees. There was nothing in there at all, just open field. Now we're coming up to where the farm is now. New house in, or I shouldn't say new house, but there's a house in here on this side, opposite the farm. This is the farm here, believe it or not, Mark. This is the farm here. Look at all the trees. There's the house there. You can barely see it now because of the trees. Goodridge lives there. That's the name says. Goodridge on the mailbox. There's the old barn. It's been rebuilt. All steel siding on it now, but the foundation is still the same from the looks of it. Hold on, gotta back up a little bit. This here, on this side, that's where the sawmill used to be, right in there. Now there's a house in there. And all those trees there none of those trees were there when we lived here. I used to walk across there, and that's where I used to shoot and hunt rabbits in there. Yeah, and down there on the bottom, you can see where the old creek is down there. I don't know what it was called. We used to call it Bear Creek. I don't really know what it was called, but I used to call it Bear Creek. Used to trap minnows in there for Charlie Yates. And anyway, down there at the very end, that's where Byers used to live, but there's a new house there now, and the old barn is still there. And this big field here, roll that window down, hun, so I can see.
Sorry.
This big field here is where we used to plant, the old man used to plant oats in there. And this field on this side, none of those trees were in there when we lived here. And that's where, right about here is where the old man shot a moose sitting out. We were building the new house, and a moose came out and walked out in the middle of that field, and the old man told me to go inside and get the 30-30, and we jumped in the old truck and rolled down here. He rolled the window down. He said, "Cover your ears," and he, boom, right out the window, he shot the fucking moose. One shot, and down she went. Yeah. None of this was here. None of these trees were here. Another house down here. And our property used to go all the way down here to where the creek is, right here, where the creek crossed the road. This is where our property ended, right here at the creek. And back in there, on this side, if you follow that back to where the trees are, way back there, there's another little field back there. And that's where there were 7 deer came out there one night, and I had the 30-30 after the old man died, and I shot 3 of them back out there. But yeah, this is all the Byers' place here now. I don't know if there's still Byers that live here or not, no idea. But there's a new house there because they had an old wooden house there. So maybe even the boys now would be older than me. I'm 72. They'd be 75, 78, somewhere in there, because they were a lot older. They were about 4 or 5 years older than I was. So, but the old barn is still up on the hill. See it? That's their old barn. That's still up there on the hill. I remember that. So I don't know who lives here now. Anyway, I'll send this to you when I get a chance.